Both parties, please raise your right hands.
Plaintiff Erica Hips is suing her former roommate, Michael Hayes, for an unpaid car loan. Erica says Michael has threatened her life on many occasions and violated her no-contact order. Michael denies harassing Erica and says he was forced to file a no-contact order against her. He's countersuing for a late fee, utility bills, and car payments.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Janine Pirro presiding.
Hello, Jimmy.
Afternoon. Please be seated.
All right, Erica Hips is suing her former roommate, Michael Hayes, for an unpaid car loan, and Michael is countersuing for late fee, utility bills, and car payments. Erica, why are we here today?
Yes, well, Judge, this is Mr. Hayes, as you know, and me and Mr. Hayes met as he was my trainer at a gym for weight loss. And about 3 months of personal training, Mr. Hayes asked if I would be interested in being a roommate in a 2-bedroom condo. About 3 weeks later, the condo fell through. There was no condo, so Mr. Hayes and I decided to get a studio apartment together. We lived in that apartment for about 8 months together.
Are you having a relationship at the time?
No, we slept in separate beds. It was just platonic. I've had to file a no-contact order on Mr. Hayes.
You mean an order of protection?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on what?
Based on Mr. Hayes' abuse within the apartment, as well as when we left the apartment, Mr. Hayes contacted me after we left the apartment and said that something really bad was going to happen to me.
Okay, all right. Did you threaten her, abuse her?
Never, Your Honor.
Never?
Never.
She's totally crazy.
Absolutely.
Did you make any reports to the police?
Yes, ma'am, I did. There is 2 violations of no contact orders. One for sending me a letter, a printed off email with his email address on it, stating that he is a cross-dresser, a stripper, and horny and would like to meet with me, which is the police card there that you have, and I filed a police report.
You know what? You stopped me in my tracks. I didn't hear the last thing you just said. He's a cross-dresser, a stripper, and he's horny
and would like to meet with me.
How do you know it was from him?
It had his email address on it. Your Honor.
Okay,
it was
do
a
you have
printed off
that?
email. The police officer took it. I didn't even have time to file copies, make copies of it because it was in violation of the no contact order.
Where's the no contact order?
I have it right here.
All right, let's start with that. Is there a no contact order against you?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
All right, so did you go to court when you were notified of this no contact order?
Yes, Your Honor. I actually went and got my own no contact order.
Let's see yours.
I don't have mine with me, unfortunately.
You didn't know you were coming to court?
I did.
That's honest. All right, what is the allegations, Erica, at the hearing?
The allegations at the hearing was that while me and Mr. Hayes lived together, Mr. Hayes threatened my life on several occasions. On one particular occasion, he came home very intoxicated and woke me up and told me that he was going to kick my head in and call my dad to come get my dead body.
To get your dead body?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say that?
No, Your Honor.
Well, you know what's interesting is that she went to court for an order of protection and a court heard the facts and apparently believed her. So that's why she's got this no contact order.
I have one too, Your Honor.
I don't believe you. You don't have it. Where is it? This is a court of law. We need to have evidence. Well, let me ask you this. Does he have an order against you?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Well, there you have it. You're lucky she admitted to it. Why did he get an order against you?
The judge basically said that she was doing the no contact order against me because mine had went through and she felt that it needed to go both ways. She did not feel that there was actual harassment. He brought tapes to the court stating that I harassed him over the phone.
Did you harass him?
It was all about the car and asking him to please make the car payments. And the judge decided that that was not harassment, that I was trying to get him to make the car payments.
So then why'd she issue a no contact order on his behalf?
Because I got mine. She wanted to wait and see what happened with mine.
You know what that's called, Jimmy? That's called a judge who's playing around with the police and saying, I can't make up my mind. I'm going to give you one, I'm going to give you one, and I'm going to let the police decide at the end of the day. So you go in there, there are 2 court orders. What do? You start from scratch, right?
Yeah, you have to start from the beginning. Yes, you do.
All right, so you loan him money. Is that what this is about?
No, Your Honor. I signed for a car for Mr. Hayes. When we went to the dealership, we were supposed to be going to my parents' house. Mr. Hayes asked if we could stop at a car dealership on the way. I said, sure.
What are you 2 doing together? You're not even dating.
No.
But you're going together to get a car?
I didn't know that we were going to get a car until he brought it up.
But you were going to your mother's house?
We were going to my mom's house.
With him?
Yes.
But you're not dating?
No.
Not yet. Go ahead.
So we went to the car dealership. They ran his credit for financing. They said that he was not able to get financing. They said that he needed a cosigner. Mr. Hayes looked at me. I looked at him and I said, no. And he said, please, Erica. He said, if I don't have a car to get to work, I can't go to work and I can't make rent.
So what do? You change no to yes, right?
Yeah. And Mr. Hayes said, I will make the car payments. I promise. No matter what, I will make.
Do you have any kind of agreement in writing?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I have this with his name on it and my name on it stating how much we owe on the vehicle.
You co-signed for the car.
I know I am the primary on the loan.
You're
He's
the primary?
The cosigner. They couldn't put him as primary because of his
and then
credit.
who makes the down payment?
My mom made the down payment on the car for him
How
with the
much?
agreement that
Mom,
he would.
step up. Your name?
My name is Patricia Jordan. My husband and I, we loaned Mr. Hayes $800 for a down payment on the car after my daughter Erica asked us to. She believed in him and he was wanting to start over with his life. And we gave him an opportunity to work around our home to earn the money that we had loaned him.
What were the conditions of the loan? How did he agree to pay it back?
The $800 was to be paid back within 6 weeks. Verbal agreement.
Was there a verbal agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there was.
Did you pay the money back?
I paid most of it back.
How did you pay it back?
Money orders.
Do you have copies of the money orders?
I don't have the copies of the money
When you
orders.
get a money order, you know there's a receipt in the back. You get your own copy. It's easy. You don't even have to go to a Xerox
I have the
machine.
copy. I didn't bring the copy to court.
Did you know you were coming here today?
I did.
Plaintiff Erica Hibbs is suing her former roommate, who she claims threatened her life on several occasions.
Did he pay you back?
Your Honor, he worked off $200 of the $800.
Did he give you any money orders?
No. Absolutely not. My husband and I, we gave him opportunity to work off the money because we had things that needed to be done.
Let me ask you a question. Why did you give him the money? Was your daughter dating him?
My daughter was not dating him.
So why would you give some guy that she's living with $800?
Because my daughter asked us to, and she felt that he could make a change over some of the mistakes that he had made
What does she
previously in
care?
his
It's not her
life.
boyfriend if they're just living together. Did she have hopes of connecting with him? Is that what? Come on, Mom, don't lie to me.
Only she can answer that.
Good answer.
Only she can answer that.
All right, so he didn't pay you back. $600, he owes you off the $800.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's hear your version.
Your Honor, this is a fatal attraction situation.
From which end?
From her end. I was a trainer. I trained her, got her to lose some weight. She was living at Mom and Dad's at 28 years old. At that time, she went and gives me $400 because she wants to move in with me so bad. I'm talking to my friends. I'm kind of having second thoughts on it. Anyway, she moves in. I get rid of my...
Are you in a dating relationship with her at all?
Negative.
If you're having second thoughts, why would you do it? Why do I think there's more to this than what you're both telling me?
No, there's no
Am I
more
right?
to it.
Okay.
Okay, so she
Do you have a
moves-
girlfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where is she? How does she feel about Erica moving in with you?
The girls that I was dating, they would come over. She would just look at him like she hated him. My girlfriend would tell me, "What's wrong with you?" They would think the same thing. Or is there something going on with you guys? No. I would go over to their house, stay at their house. She would actually call my girlfriends. Where's he at? He needs to be home. If he doesn't get home, I'm going to wreck his life. This would go on and on and on. The threats, saying she's going to put me back in prison if I didn't do this and do that.
Put you back in prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
What? You were in prison before?
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
For what?
A violation of no contact with my wife.
With your wife?
Yes.
What'd you do?
My wife was sleeping with another man, and I caught him, and unfortunately,
How
things
bad?
went down kind of dirty. Pretty bad.
Your Honor, I went to the courts and I looked up public record. Mr. Hayes has violated the no contact order on his wife twice. The first time he violated it, he hit her at a casino and the cops were called. And the second time he violated, he went in through her back door of her home and pinned her down on her bed.
How long did you go to prison for?
2 years, Your Honor.
What are you doing?
I didn't know about it until after.
Your Honor, that's not correct. I told her I was always truthful with her. Now, Ms. Hibbs, it seems to me she can lie faster than I can tell the truth here today.
You talk pretty fast, too.
Let's start from the beginning. She moved in. Things started going a little sideways. Then things started getting better. I would actually take her out to try and meet guys, to build her confidence level up. One night she got drunk and said, "Do you think we're ever going to have a chance to be together?" I said, "Erica, you have to listen. This is never going to happen. You and I are no."
Okay, so I already get it. She's interested, you're not.
Correct.
Okay? You took advantage of it. You borrowed $800 for a mother. You said to Erica, look, on the way to your mother's today, let's stop and look at a car. Then you get to mom's and you get $800. So, you're dancing pretty close to the edge yourself.
The car dealership is 30 miles from her mom the other direction. So I'm not buying that.
So what do you say? Did you not go to look at cars with Erica?
I did.
Did you not borrow $800 from her mother?
I did.
Okay. And you paid back how much, you say, with the money orders?
I paid back $500 of it.
All right. And they say you paid back $200.
$200.
Your Honor, Mr. Hayes paid back $200 of it. I paid my parents back $300 of it that Mr. Hayes agreed to pay me back, and he never did.
So then
there
your
was
mother's
no money
lying,
ordered.
or did you tell your mother you paid the $300?
I told my mom that Mr. Hayes paid the $300. And then later on, my parents found out.
Okay. Was he aggressive with you?
Yes. He threw coffee on me the day before I moved out. Him and I got into an argument.
Why
I told him,
was he so aggressive with you?
Because he does steroids and he has rages. I saw the steroids in our home. He calls it D-ball. He was convicted in 2006 of having it in his vehicle.
Yes?
That's absolutely.
You've used steroids?
I have, yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
When I finally left that morning, Mr. Hayes woke up. He was angry with me. I don't know why. He was eating my food and drinking the coffee and stuff that I bought. We bought separate groceries. I asked him to please not do that. He took the hot coffee. He threw it on me. He then proceeded to throw the cup in the sink. I took the cup. I threw the cup. It hit him in the arm. It was out of self-defense. I was very afraid of Mr. Hayes. And that night, he left and he stayed with friends, and I moved out.
Why didn't you move out before? Why? Because you liked the guy. You were hoping it was going to turn into something. You know, sometimes women are attracted to men because it's like the bad boy syndrome. You knew he was a bad boy, okay, and you liked it. There was a certain attraction about all that, and you're a nice girl, and you wanted something a little stronger and a little more, dangerous in your life. I'm sure it was no surprise to you that there was a no-contact order that was violated, and it was no surprise to you that he was in prison for 2 years for beating his wife, okay, and also another conviction for steroids. You've got to try to understand yourself as to why you insisted on being a part of his life when he clearly didn't want you to be, but since you were hanging on for dear life, he figured, let me take her for a ride, see what I can get from her. You're even lying to your mother that you're paying off part of his debt so that he would look good in front of your mother. Women think they're going to take bad guys and make them good guys. It's just not going to happen. And you better learn that about yourself, because you're setting yourself up to be a victim. You're setting yourself up to be with a man who's going to abuse you and take advantage of you. You are too important and too beautiful to ask a man to make you feel worthy. You are worthy in and of it yourself. You are worthy based upon who you are. You're a good human being. You come from a good family, okay? Learn that about yourself. You better chalk this one up and thank God that you weren't subject to further injuries. Yes, sure. Now, let me talk a little bit about steroid abuse. I want to believe you when you say you're off of them. I do. Because I like to think that people are smart enough to know that it's going to kill you. Get off the steroids. Do yourself a favor. And stop being a gigolo and taking advantage of women. Now, as far as I'm concerned, your claim for the unpaid car loan right now of, let's see, car payments. Let me take this in the back. I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Sir, can we give this key to her? To the car?
Defendant Michael Hayes says the plaintiff was infatuated with him, forcing him to file a restraining order against her. He's countersuing his former roommate for utility bills and car payments.
Please remain seated. Court is now back in session.
Michael, you are countersuing here. Do you have any bills?
I got lots of bills, Your Honor, but I didn't bring them with me. I apologize.
Okay, let me make a suggestion to you. Next time you go to court, bring the evidence, because without the evidence, you can't win. Evidence is a bill, it's a check, it's a piece of paper, it's a stub off a money order, all that stuff matters, all right? It's not something where you can just say that she owes you money. So on behalf of the defendant and his countersuit, I mean, there is nothing. There was no evidence submitted. I cannot award you any money. Now, on behalf of the plaintiff, you are suing for the car loan. The bottom line is that your mother owed him or loaned him the money, and it's your mother who is entitled to a reimbursement of the money. But your mother is not the plaintiff here, so she cannot recover. But what I am going to do is, since you paid the $300 on his behalf on a loan, I'm going to give you $300. That is the extent of my order in terms of your complaint. So be it.